For the 12 games of Christmas the arcade brought to me, 4 rounds of out bowling, 3 days before Christmas, 2 wet bandits, and the Grinch on PS1 from 2000. I don't even know what to say anymore. Hello and welcome to the arcade. We're really into this now, aren't we? The holiday spirit is in full force and there's nothing that could possibly stop it now. Right? You've heard of Christmas miracles, right? Well, you better pray for one after this next game. This next game is the total and complete opposite of a Christmas miracle. Let's take a look at the man-made Christmas horrors beyond comprehension and see if there's anything at all that's redeemable about Elf Bowling 1 and 2. After all, if Scrooge and the Grinch could be redeemed, surely some crude and disgusting Christmas elves could be redeemed too. Let's find out. And don't forget to subscribe to see what games the arcade brings us next. Elf Bowling, not 1 and 2, is one of the most infamous games on the internet. Originally created as marketing material for their company, Dan Ferguson and Mike Belinsky are the two virologists to blame for the dark plague known as Elf Bowling that infected over 7.6 million Windows computers in the year of our Lord 2000, aka Y2K. In the game, Santa's elves are apparently on strike due to being overworked by the growing demands for more and more Christmas presents for kids. So Santa decides to punish them for this by using them as bowling pins. Now, the game I'm showing you is not the original release of Elf Bowling. Oh no, somehow that game escaped containment. What I'm showing you is footage from the 2005 Game Boy Advance port of Elf Bowling, titled Elf Bowling 1 and 2. That's right, there's a sequel. Only Elf Bowling 2 doesn't actually exist. First of all, it's called Elves in Paradise, and second of all, it's not even bowling, it's shuffleboard. I guess the developers thought, bowling, shuffleboard, close enough. Now, I know this game isn't meant to be taken seriously. That's obvious. There's nothing necessarily or inherently wrong with this game in the first place. It's just a silly little Christmas-themed bowling game. Whether or not you like some of the content in the game is another matter altogether. But for what it was originally, a free game automatically attached to a billion emails sent out from the company, this was pretty harmless, contrary to the popular belief at the time. The mechanics of the bowling itself work fine enough, and even though there is barely any depth here, it's a serviceable waste of 5 minutes just for the novelty of it. What is wrong, though, is that this game was ported, packaged, and shipped for the Game Boy Advance and the Nintendo DS. That means it had to be licensed by Nintendo and sold in stores to kids. Now, I'm not sure if the original creators of this game were the ones responsible for the distribution and sale of this game for the GBA and the DS. That's apparently not clear. But what is clear to me is that you should steer clear of this game. But why, you ask? Okay, let's actually talk about the gameplay and see what it's all about. So you boot up the game and you're greeted by this glorious start screen. Never seen anything like it before. And then you press start and look, see, I told you, Elf Bowling 2 does not actually exist. Elves in Paradise, see? So let's start up a game of bowling. Okay, first frame and the elves are already talking trash. Santa sucks, are you kidding me? You're gonna get what's coming to you, you hear me? Anyway, so, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I think I took the punishment a bit too far. Wow, I really did not like that at all. Anyways, let's keep bowling and see if things can just be normal from here on out. Now there's a reindeer by the bowling lane. Go away, dude. Please leave. Okay, if you're gonna just stand there, don't mess with my ball, alright? So it's relatively normal for the rest of the game. And I score a 239. Nice. Let's check out Elves in Paradise next. Wait, after you press start, it does say Elf Bowling 2. How could I have been so misled? So here's the game. It's just shuffleboard, but there are a couple of disturbing things right away. First of all, these elves are barely clothed. This is so uncomfortable. So in order to shoot them down the board, you pull back on their thongs and then let it snap, shooting them down the board. If you go a little too far though, the next disturbing thing happens. They get eaten by a shark. Are these waters just completely infested with sharks? Or are these sharks trained to hunt elves that get shot into the water here? This must be occurring so often that the sharks actually understand that this is a feeding zone. As far as the gameplay goes, there really isn't much challenge. You'd be better off playing a friend in the 2-player mode since the computer, or rather dingle, is so easy to beat. No surprise there though. What kind of loser starts a used ice business? You know what? I never want to play shuffleboard again after this. This is awful. Let's just get another couple rounds of bowling in before calling it a night. Now, this is where things started to get interesting in my playthrough of Elf Bowling 1 and 2. On my first frame, I bowl a strike. Perfect aim as usual. Second frame comes, I line it up just the same as my first, but then at the last nanosecond, this elf sidestepped the ball. How is that fair? What the heck? That's not even the one that gets decapitated either, so I can't even punish him. Ugh, speaking of decapitation, it just happened again. Imagine being one of these elves, seeing this happen, and just hoping your number doesn't get called to stand on the number 2 pin spot. But wait, what's this? A frog? Get out of my way! Wait, maybe I can squash him. Let's see. Ah, missed. Just wait until next time, frog. You won't be so lucky. And now Rudolph is back. What's up, Rudy? Wait a minute, can you hit the reindeer? I know it's all the way off the lane, but why else would it be standing so close to the lane and just staying there? Let me try. Nope, missed. Dang it. But that was actually not as far left as you can go. Let me try it one more time. Oh dear lord, what have I done? And he's just staying there, dead in the snow. Someone clean up this. This is awful. First of all, the only bowling game I want to play on Christmas is Wii Sports Bowling, because my best friend got that for Christmas in 2007, and that's what we did on Christmas Day or the day after. Second of all, Santa's violence towards these elves is clearly not working. He's just killing them. Soon there won't be any elves left to make all the toys that Santa's so worried about getting ready for Christmas. There needs to be some kind of redemption here. Third of all, why did the game make me want to kill Rudolph? What have I become? What kind of monster has this game made of me? What? Okay, that's it. I'll play your stupid game. Take this, Rudolph. And take that, you slacker elves. You guys never made any toy any kid really wanted anyway. Okay, I need to stop playing this game. Out of all the Christmas games we've gotten from the arcade so far, this is by far the absolute worst. The violence, the crude nature of the elves, and the scummy business practice of actually releasing this game on a Nintendo platform is just too much for me to handle. I need to go outside, stick my head in the snow, take a swig of eggnog, and forget this whole thing ever happened. Before that though, let's get back to our trusty Christmas video game tier list. Elf Bowling 1 and 2, you're going in the lowest tier possible. The coal tier. That's right, I completely redid this whole tier list just for you. Just so I could show you the true meaning of Christmas, and it certainly does not involve Santa Claus bowling for elves or playing shuffleboard on an aircraft carrier with his made-up brother Dingle. Merry Christmas! Sorry about that, you guys. I don't know what came over me, but what I do know is that I will never be playing that awful game ever again. So anyways, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to see what game the arcade brings us next in Enter the Arcade presents the 12 Games of Christmas. Take care, Merry Christmas, and Happy Holidays.